direction. One of the reasons I wanted Pastor Paul to share, I wanted you to hear my voice. You hear my voice so often. And instead of going to Judges 8 where I was planning to go, we'll go there maybe another time. But I really wanted to hang on to this word precise for later, but I knew back in prayer God just kept. And what God is doing has been birthed and is being perpetuated, just like Pastor Paul said, out of prayer. Because what God is doing is trying to turn this house into a house of prayer. It's always what He meant for His church to be. There are some of you that are paying the price to pray. This is for Sunday, so don't go there. There's a term that God has given me that continues. I mentioned on a Wednesday night, we're going there Sunday, and the Lord changed my mind. That is this 2 words: pray on. Just every time I say it, write it, read it, speak it, it just burns in my spirit. Pray on. You can't get here, pray on right where you're at, because the enemy cannot argue with prayer. He cannot. He can't do anything about it. It's so powerful. But the precise word of the Lord for this place is, I am moving, and I will continue to move if you'll humble yourself and just simply obey me. You won't get caught up in the what you don't agree with stuff, opinions. If you'll just love each other, love me, and humble yourselves and obey me, I'll continue to move and pour out my Spirit. And what I'll do among you will shock you. This will become a hub, a meeting place for the hungry and thirsty from all around. This past weekend, we saw a small taste of that. I don't know if you realized it, but Friday night, Sunday morning, and Sunday night, there were people from other cities and other churches who came here, not just because they knew people or were kin to people, but because they've been hearing about what God is doing. And they came dry and thirsty and hungry. And many of them came and received and taking it back where they're going. So we end with this tonight. You're here tonight and you're not even right with God. You're in the right place. This is a watering hole for the thirsty, for the lost, and the buried. You're in the right place because right here is the real deal. You don't even need to know my name. What's going on in Faith Assembly? Who's there? Jesus. You don't even need to know the pastor's name. Jesus. What's going on in Faith? Jesus. That's what's going on in Faith Assembly. What's happening? So you're here, you're not even right with Him. This is your time, now, tonight. The precise word, Jesus. You're here tonight, and you know Jesus, but you need to be all the way free. That's what was happening Sunday night. It starts at the house of the Lord. The way God prepares us for them is for us to be free. Some of you need to be free from hang-ups and habits and hurts and pains and jealousy and brokenness and emptiness and you're dry and you're barren and you're weak and all you can do is get through your week. You find yourself in gossiping and lying and cheating, and you need to be free yourself. You're in the right place. It begins at the house of the Lord. You know why the church is so often caught up in gossip? It's because we don't have the real deal to talk about. All we got to do is talk about each other. When gossip starts leaving, when all we can talk about is the real deal, Jesus. I don't even have time to gossip about you. My time that I have to talk is caught up in what God is doing. That's good preaching. I'm out of preaching time. So I'll just say it. There's many of you in this room that need to get free. Not that you're bad, awful sinners. It's just He's doing it starting the house of the Lord. Real freedom. Real freedom. Then He wants to so consume all of us with His glory, the real deal, that we say for ourselves, I've never had it like this before. What I have doesn't even compare. What I had doesn't compare to what I have. The glory of the former house doesn't compare with the glory of the latter house. Yes. What you had may have been great, but what you're about to have is going to be great. Yes. So what are you waiting for? Jump in! So some of you need to get right. Many of you need to get free. And all of you need to get in. Because what He has is greater than what you used to have. I was going to preach to you about Gideon. We don't have time. But Gideon was that guy we talked about Sunday morning who God used, you know. Who, me? The angel says, mighty man, who, me? Gideon had something great. 32,000 men defeated thousands and thousands of Midianites. But the end of Gideon's story is kind of sad, because if you read Judges 8, you'll find that the people wanted to lift Gideon up as ruler, and he was humbled at first, and he said, no, 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 no. Let God be the ruler of Israel. That was great. That was humility. Gideon knew who did it. God said, I'm going to do it with 32,000 men. I'm going to, and he whittled it down to 300. He said, I'm going to do it with 300 so that nobody can say anybody else did it. You, Gideon, or anybody else, just me. Gideon and 300 men defeated thousands and thousands and thousands of Midianites. But the end of the story was Gideon would let him be ruler, but he said, you can go ahead and give me your gold, though. You know, if you want to pay me a little bit, go ahead and give me your gold. So he took the gold, he made it ephod. And the Bible says the people started committing adultery, spiritual adultery with that ephod. And they started worshiping it. And it even said it became a trap for Gideon and his family. You know how Gideon and his family and the people were trapped? They got caught up in what they had instead of saying what we have right now. Come on. God says maybe we've worshiped too long what we had, that we cannot step into what He has right now. Thank God for what He did way back when. But what He has now is greater. Why? Because the darkness is greater. Why do you think? Because we deserve more? No. He wants to do more to drive out the darkness of this age, to do something about it. I'm telling you, my goodness, it's crazy what God is doing. Young people. And I'm not here to brag on my own kids. Some of you know I mentioned my son Nate waking me up with his cell phone, 4:30 in the morning, shining it in my eyes. And I roll over, He's, come on, Dad. There's no ulterior motive. I'm thinking, he's got another motive. What girl is up there? I get up here. There's no girls here. I mean, not to put down any of the ladies that are here, but they're middle-aged women that he's, there's no teenage girls and old men here. I mean, that's it. And not to brag on, Sunday night, Paul's son, Graham. I mean, he was going crazy. Laid his hands on, he was praying for people. Laid his hand, 15 years old. God. It's a God thing. He's just looking for open vessels. It's what this generation needs. Because if we just give them the do's and don'ts, just the programs without the power, we're going to lose them.